Welcome. Don't play with it. Don't play with it. Don't play with it. What's going on, y'all? Welcome to the So Smooth podcast. I am your host, May So Smooth, Masonio, Mason Margello. You know what I'm saying? Welcome to the first episode of the So Smooth podcast. To be quite honest with you, um, I'm true to this, not new to this. You know what I'm saying? But no, I just wanted to welcome you guys to the podcast. Really, it's just gonna be me talking about stuff I want to talk about. Like it's literally like there's no like catchy catchphrase or anything. It's just me just talking. So I just want to say thank you for tuning in, and let's get into the first episode. So boom, right? Just a little bit about me. I am Mason King. You know what I'm saying? A North Carolina native. Can't give you the exact low or the postal code because that's OD federal. But yeah, I am a native of North Carolina. I graduated from Winston-Salem State University May of this year, May 12th, 2023. Save, you know what I'm saying? Keep that in your head because when May roll around next time year, I'm like, yo, I graduated this time next year. Yeah. So yeah, graduated from Winston with a bachelor's in mass communications. As you can see, I am using my major to the extent of something that I enjoy, which is talking. I talk a lot. I talk to a lot of people, and I talk too much sometimes. So I decided let me just open up a podcast, and really it's going to be mostly about me, stuff that goes on in my life, relationships, not no names, no names, but uh, you know relationships, family stuff, and probably most importantly is my faith. I am a Christian. Love me some God. You know what I'm saying? Big bro upstairs. Me and him been locked in. I would say I dedicated myself, or excuse me, rededicated my life to Christ. Um, a little bit under 10 years ago, so probably like 7, 8. It was around like transitioning into middle school. And I had always grew up in church, like with my parents and stuff like that. Shout out, my parents. But when I decided to actually follow Christ for myself, I was around like 12, 13. So I feel like I really started my independent Christian walk a little bit under 10 years ago. So I still consider myself new. You know what I'm saying? I'm still learning a lot, learn a lot every day. Because the devil don't really take a day off. I don't really know if he's training, um, or he's trying to go to the Olympics or something, but he does not take a day off. Like he's like Michael Phelps on his Olympic run. That man didn't take a day off. I think he said he didn't take off for like years straight. Like he didn't take one day off. I was like, okay, that's crazy. But regardless, though, so that's really like the main premise of the podcast. I was also thinking to myself, okay, do I want guests? No. So it's really nothing against anybody who would want to come on, uh, but the way I'm doing it this time, because I had a previous podcast with my buddy Phil. Shout out Phil, man. Philip B Smooth. Y'all go follow Philip B Smooth on Instagram, and also his brand constantly evolving on Instagram as well. But yeah, so we had a podcast when I was in school, and honestly, it just didn't work out. I mean, that's really all it was. So this time around, like we had guests last time, and the guest was cool, but this is more of like a personal one for me. Probably one of my biggest inspirations is Emma Chamberlain. She has her own podcast called Anything Goes, and no guests, no features, no nothing. She just speaks, and it's really kind of an atonement to what a podcast should really just be. I mean, it's just talking. You know what I'm saying? There doesn't need to be no crazy big fiasco, no crazy background. I might do background or like an intro music if I feel like it, you know what I'm saying? But at the end of the day, this is my piece of work. This is my art. This is how I want to show what like a part of me without outside help. I feel like I can carry a conversation for 30 minutes to an hour. I highly doubt I will ever really talk for an hour Unless I like OD get into it, then yeah, I'll talk for an hour. You know what I'm saying? But this is just something that I just want to put out into the world and get a reception of, and really just have my own body of work on the internet. Because I do like photography and videography, and I write poetry in my spare time whenever I get the inspiration for it. Um, but this is like my own thing. Like I have my photography, but now I have this. Now I have a different outlet. Because to me, this is an outlet. Whether it's a serious topic one day or a non-serious topic one day, like I'm gonna be talking about what happens in the world, like whatever crosses my eye and whatever I guess like provokes me to want to talk about it. Like it won't just be a bunch of bouncing around. Like each episode will have a main focus. Like it's not just gonna be a bunch of random conversations. Well, they technically will be random because of the way I'll be like thinking about it. Obviously, I'll think of my responses, but I'm just saying the way I'm doing it this time is every episode will have a main premise instead of trying to stuff everything into one episode. That helps with longevity as well as conversation because not many people want to sit and listen to a podcast like me for like over an hour. Like I listen to a lot of sports podcasts like Podcast P, Old Man the Three. I don't listen to Draymond because sometimes Draymond be having questionable takes. But that's another thing too. Like I'm gonna include my life into it, like my dislikes and my likes. Like I'm a really big basketball fan. I got really, really, really sucked into it during COVID. Because I was just at the crib, and so I just started watching the bubble, and I got really like I always knew who the players were, but I got really into it like heavily. I'll be talking about stuff like that as well. But yeah, this is really just kind of what I want to put out into the world and see what I get back from it. Um, I wouldn't say I was called to do this. It was really just like a thing I always wanted to do in the back of my mind. But I was after me and Phil's podcast ended, I kind of just took a break from like podcast related things. Like I didn't really listen to as many podcasts, and I didn't participate much in trying to find new podcasts to listen to, and but it was always in the back of my mind like, dang man, I want to do this one more time. Like let me give it one more shot. And so this is me doing it now. Uh, I really don't have much to say besides the fact of this is a very long introduction, but this episode this episode is going to be about functions. Um if you don't know what function means, like I'm not saying I ain't calling you old, but if you hitting around 45 to like borderline like 61, a function is like a party, kickback, get together. Like a function isn't. That's just what it is. The function. Like we finna pull up to the function. You know what I'm saying? Uh, I just want to talk about functions. What is considered a good function? What's considered a bad function? Now, to me, a good function is like we at the spot. I'm with the guys. Man, when I go with shorties, you feel me? I'm with the guys and we just kicking it, cooling, whatever. And so with that, it's is vibes. It really okay. The foundation of a good function is happens before you even get to the function. Okay, I'm talking about uh for those who, because I mean I'm just gonna be real. Like for those who do need to like get ready early, get ready early. A little pregame, but I don't participate in pregame. But for those who need to get ready early, that's important too. Like if you don't prepare for the party with the right people, it can blow the whole function. Like if you try to get ready early with somebody who don't want to be around the group, like they could throw the whole like feng shui off. Like they could be like, I ain't really trying to go for real, and it's like, what? We have 30 minutes to the function start. Why are you saying that? Like we going regardless, and then you got to think about leaving that person behind, whatever. So like the foundation of is who you go with, right? I don't go with that many people. If I go to a function, it's either with my homeboy Troy. Shout out Troy, man. T Roy. So my homeboy Zay. So it either be Troy, Zay, I go like my brother went to A&T. We used to go to A&T functions together. My homegirl, Cherie, we when we was in school together, we went to functions together. Um, I really didn't really go to in many functions by myself, and if I did go to functions, it was usually with like one or two people. Uh, and so with that, I always knew like what type of experience I was gonna get with each one of them. Like I knew for a fact if I went with Troy, we was finna be laughing the whole time. You know what I'm saying? And if I went with Zay, we probably would be laughing too, but it would more be like a poking fun at people. Like that's how me and Zay are. Like we'll point out something about a person and then we'll just laugh about it. You feel me? Uh, so yeah, like it all matters who you go with, right? If you got a friend group or you got a person, that sets the tone for the night because that's who you gonna be with. Like when the energy weak at the function, that's who you gonna feed off of. Um, at the function. You know what I'm saying? I was trying to think of like something to say, but that's really all it is. Like that's who you gonna feed off with at the function. Like if the function weak, oh well, you got your homegirl with you, so y'all gonna get turned regardless. Like you know what I'm saying? When Big Boogie, you know what I'm saying? When Cardi B come on, you with your homegirl. You know what I'm saying? Y'all, you know, throwing that thing. But in all honesty though, uh, who you go with is the foundation of the function, right? That's step one to the function. Who are you going with? Number two is transportation. Now, if it is like, let's say you're in school, if it's on campus, usually transportation is not that big of a deal. But if it's an off-campus function, I don't believe in Uber. I believe that Uber is a good service, but I don't believe in it. I like to drive to my functions because if something was to go left, or if I don't want to be there no more, I'm leaving. What are you talking about? Like I got this little thing like if it's whack and I could tell like usually it happens with Troy like if it's whack I like circle my hand like my finger like let's roll and he already know because he probably feeling the same way so I like to leave when I don't feel like being there no more if it's been 30 minutes or if it's been 2 hours if I'm not feeling it I'm gone. But transportation is like step two to get into the function if it's off camp. Cause I'm gonna be real with you. Some people do not own up to their end of the bargain. Like you'll be like, okay, let's say the Uber 36. And actually that's a bit OD. Let's say it's like 6, 8 minutes off camp. Let's say the Uber like $30, right? But it's like six of y'all going, right? That means everybody gotta put up five. But your homegirl or your homeboy who spent all their money this week, they can't put the five up. And so it's a matter of do you spot your homeboy this one time or do you just let him not go to the function? You know what I'm saying? Because when you're young, that $5 to the Uber add up. You know what I'm saying? It add up. So it's really a matter of who you go with. That's what I'm saying. All goes back to step one. Who you go with relates to the transportation aspect later on in the night. So if you can drive and drive responsibly, please drive responsibly. But if you can drive, because that cut out all type of monetary situations if you driving. Or if you can't drive, call one of your older peoples or even somebody who got a whip and ask them, hey, yo, can you take us? You know what I'm saying? If it's a 6 minute trip, I highly doubt somebody gonna ask for gas money. If they ask for gas money, they're really pocket watching. Cause why are you trying to see if I have if I give you $5? Like, what are you talking about? Like, and to be honest, you making me pocket watch you. Cause why can't you drop me 6 minutes down the road and come back? So that's besides the point. Yeah, so literally like step two is transportation. Now, step three, you might think step three is get to the function. It's not. Step three is on the way. Now you may not realize it, but a lot happens on the way to the function before you even get inside. So you pull up to the spot, right? Let's say it's an on-campus party. On the way to the function, you walking across campus, you thinking to yourself, "Dang, who gonna be there?" Like, You know what I'm saying? Is the girl, it's the girl you like gonna be there? You know what I'm saying? Or excuse me, you know, whoever you like, to to be respectful to all people. The person you like, are they gonna be there? You know what I'm saying? Are they gonna pull up, and are they gonna, give you that little, that little look like, hey, ha, what you doing? Yeah, you know what I'm saying? So are they gonna be there at the function? You also thinking about, dang, how long we gonna be at the function? And then you also thinking about, okay, how many of us actually want to go to this function, but who's really going because they got nothing else better to do? Like, there's so many thoughts running through your head before you even get to the function about what the function is gonna be like. So let's say, like I said, it's on campus. You walk into the dorm, you get all your peoples with you, y'all walking down to the function, right? So boom, your homeboy, your homegirl, like, yo, look, I'm gonna be real, I'm in and out like an hour, like I got something to do afterwards. And it's like, okay, cool. So now you gotta think, okay, when he slide, if he the person I came with, what am I supposed to do? Like, it's so, like, bro, it's so many stuff you gotta consider before you even get to the function, right? Step 3 a little blur, because you can either not care at all or really try to think about how the function gonna go. And step 4 is pulling up to the spot or driving to the spot, whatever, the party, the function, the kickback, whatever. You get to the function, I promise you, for me, I go off straight vibes. Like, I'm in the corner, I'm sitting at the table, I'm sitting on the couch, I'm sitting at the island, I'm by the DJ booth, I'm with, the shorty, you know what I'm saying? Not like that though, just around, but I'm with the guys. Like, I just stick with the people because I feel like people go to a function looking to have a crazy time every time when that's not the case. You can go to a function, chill with your peoples, dance to a couple songs, make a couple jokes, and you good. It's a great night. But when you get to the function, it can either go one or two ways. Number one, the function go great. Number two, the function go left. That's really all it is. And it's all up to, because some people will say, like, there was a party my first year in school. No. It was last. No, I'm tripping. This was my last year in school. This was this year, and there was a function, but it was low key falsely advertised, and that junk was outside. I ain't go, but some people was like, "Yo, that junk was terrible. Like, I hated that party." And some people will be like, "Yo, that party was lit. That was the best party I went to the whole year." So it's all about perspective, how you feel about the function. So that's like how I think a function should go. Like, when you plan out a function, just think about who you going with, how you gonna get there, what you gonna do there, and at the end of the day, don't be upset if it's a bad or good outcome, because that's the only two ways it can go. You can have a good time or you can have a bad time. Now, to be fair though, most of the stuff that makes the function go left happens at the function. But that's a whole different conversation for a different day. Cause function drama is like top tier. Like, you'll see the craziest stuff at the kickback. Like, you'll see, like, bro, you'll see people, like, talking to somebody they shouldn't be. You know what I'm saying? You can see that, bro. You can see people falling out. You can see people just going crazy. You can see people setting the tone. Like for me, if I'm on the ox, more than likely we're gonna have a good time because I be on that music. Now, my music, like, discography is low key big. Like, I really don't like country, but that's really where it stops. Like, I listen to jazz, classical, soundtracks, rap, you know what I'm saying? But usually I went to an HBCU, so we really playing that hood genre, you know what I'm saying? So it's really, let's see, main rotation be like Boogie, Dirt, Future. Now, to my surprise, Drake is not a constant rotation at black functions. I don't know if y'all realize that, being at HBCU, specifically Winston, we don't really be playing that Drake. And Drake is like a world renowned black artist. But anyway, so it'd be like Future, Shiesty, Drake, Thug, Boogie. You got Glorilla, you know what I'm saying? She hard. I don't care what nobody say, she hard. But that's really how I be at the function. Like, I like to be on the ox. But regardless, I think function is just up to personal perspective. You can have fun or you cannot have fun. You call it a day. But yeah, man. Thank y'all for listening. This has been May So Smooth on the So Smooth podcast. I'll see y'all guys next time.